Hello, welcome to my 5-day mini detox. If you've been following my work on the site, then you will know that I do a detox in the autumn and the spring. These are much bigger jobs, go right down onto fluid, last for a couple of weeks, fabulous thing to do. So please do come back to the site in March when we do the spring detox. But at this time of year, just after Christmas, I like to do a mini detox. Now, most people over Christmas and New Year have been belting the booze, belting the pies, eating too much, having a good time. And we all put on a bit of beef, that kind of thing. And for me, it's a good time to take stock. So going into detox just for a few days gives me a chance to focus back on my body, focus back on my intentions for the year, which is about my own New Year's resolution, things that I want to get out of the year. So I'm focusing on the new me. Now, I'll take you through the 5 days, but before I do that, just let me introduce you to what I call the prep day. Because before you go into detox, you need to wind down on all the naughty things you've been doing. So it's knocking out the booze, knocking out too much coffee, too much tea, anything like that. And I come off of any heavy substances. So if you're a meat eater, you need to knock those out. Fish eater, knock those out. Start to cut down on the cheeses and the dairy products. So we're starting to flush the system, just for a short space of time. That's prep day. On day number 1, we need to look at the idea of just going on to cooked vegetables. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't eat raw vegetables and you can't eat fruit, but I'm focusing around cooked vegetables. So what I will do is, first thing in the morning, I'll get up, I'll have some breakfast, and for me that would be like a grapefruit and some fruit juice. And then I'll throw some vegetables, some beans, various bits and pieces into the slow cooker so they can cook during the day. So when I come back home, I've got some nice food to come back to. The thing that's important for me as I go into the cooked vegetable day is I'm cutting down on starches. So I would try to avoid bread, any kind of pasta, avoiding rice or potatoes. But also I would begin to cut out things like bananas and avocado. I say bananas, but I do like bananas because bananas to me are God's yummy bars. You can peel them dead easy, you can eat them, full of potassium, lots of energy, and they're great. But I only come back to those if I need them, if I'm feeling really hungry and yummy. Yeah. On day 2 of the detox, I'm going on to just raw vegetables and fruit. And for me, that's mainly grated roots, carrots, swedes, maybe a bit of beetroot, that kind of thing, with some green leaves in and some lemon juice just to spice it up. And one of my favourites is I like a moolie root. I don't know whether you've come across a moolie, it's a long white thing. And it's not as hot as a horseradish, but it gives the roots a lift. So I like that, nice feeling on it. So end of day 2, vegetables, raw vegetables. Day 3, middle of the detox, I'm just going to go on to fruit. Now I prefer it to just have one kind of fruit. I don't like to ring the changes too much. And my favourite fruits for where I am, and that's the thing that's important, it's a bit macrobiotic, the point where I am is that apples at this time of year are very plentiful and they're very much the British fruit. So apples and apple juice are very much in tune with where I am. It may be different where you are. So I will just spend one day on just apples and I'll eat loads and loads and loads. And one of the things that's really important to realise is that when you're on a detox, people say to me, oh, it means I'm not going to be able to eat much food. But that's not true, because you can eat yourself stupid, you can eat your head off, as long as you just eat the right things. You can eat as much as you want, yeah? So loads of fruit, bulk your system up, yeah? At the same time as you're coming down through the days on detox, increase your fluid intake. I like to drink a couple of litres of water a day anyway, but I maintain my water intake when I'm on a detox, so I'm flushing my system, yeah? If things are going really, really well, then I might go down onto a day of just fruit juice. And it depends on, for me, that depends on the temperature and it depends on what I've got to do. If I've got an easy day, I haven't got to expend a lot of energy, I'm not going to be worried about being cold, having low blood sugar, then I might just go on to a day of fruit juice, which would be okay. Okay, if I'm starting to come back up, so let's say day 1, I've done cooked vegetables, day 2, I've done raw vegetables, day 3, I've done fruit. I'm going to start to come back up again. So I'm going to go up onto raw vegetables, just like I did on the way down, then onto cooked vegetables, and back up to the beginning. Now the thing that's important is, as you go through any detox process and you're starting to examine yourself, because that's what happens when you detox, you start to focus, is as you sit down with your food, focus on your food. Focus on your food. Look at it, look at the colours of it, and smell it. Yeah, we're going for smells, colours and flavours, but most of all, become conscious of what you're eating, why are you eating it, and maybe even where did it come from. We talk a lot in our society these days about fuel miles that things travel. And if you go to the supermarkets in Britain at this time of year, you can get strawberries and vegetables that are flown in from all over the world. And in one sense, that's fabulous. It's fabulous to be able to go to a supermarket and have this wonderful range of food. But if we start to become conscious of the pollution implications of the food that we're eating, we have to look at what we're eating and understand why we're doing it. It's eating with a conscious mind. So, okay, if you keep up on the site with the blogs, we'll be taking you through the whole detox process over the week. Most importantly, enjoy the experience, because that's what it's about. One of the most important things in life is it feels good, do it. If it doesn't, don't. And if you feel like you'd like to talk, you'd like some contact, then just email in. All the details are on the site. Just come in through. I'd love to talk to you, and let me know how you get on. And if there's any things that you find are good for you in a detox, let me know. We can share them with other people. You take care. See you soon. Bye now.